Another pizza cruise. Yeah, exactly. That's how cool the pizza cruise could have been.
We missed the view.
Better than that view.
We missed the view.
Can you imagine?
CommandFest Tacoma by the Laughing Dragon was a week before MagicCon Amsterdam. So I flew out to Washington State, was a cosplay guest at CommandFest Tacoma, and then flew to Amsterdam, where I judged and co-hosted the cosplay contest and worked at the Laughing Dragon booth. I'm not tired, you're tired. No, it's me, I'm really tired. I'm in fact so tired that I've recorded this video twice without audio. So this is try 3, let's go. When people ask me when I started cosplaying, I typically say 2017. In addition to my full-time job, I was working part-time as a party princess and character actress.
I want adventure in the great wide somewhere.
And I realized I could be other characters as well. I built my 7 of 9 cosplay and a handful of other costumes and fell in love with wearing them to events. I remember I finished a new costume and I was sad that the next local convention wasn't for months, and I felt disappointed that I'd have to wait to debut this new cosplay. Then it occurred to me, I don't need to wait for another convention. I could just wear this cosplay now and take photos of it alone in my basement on a random Tuesday. This was groundbreaking for me. And in the 7 years since then, I've made many other cosplays of my favorite characters from media and original designs. My skills have also greatly improved in the last 7 years. Cosplay is really a combination of so many different hobbies. I've used patterning, sewing, foam work, 3D modeling and printing, electronics, painting, jewelry making, photography, videography, and even acting in my cosplaying. I think that's one reason I love cosplaying so much. There are so many different ways to approach cosplay, and so many different ways to enjoy and engage with the hobby. While I think I became a cosplayer in 2017, I've been dressing up as characters my entire life. I have loads of pictures of tiny Anna Margaret dressed up as a princess. And I've shared before that my first convention was a Star Trek convention as an infant. Sometimes I get a little emotional when I think back to the little girl who put on plays in the living room, would stand on top of laundry baskets to give her family concerts, and who dreamed of being a performer and a princess. I feel so lucky to be literally living out many of my childhood dreams.
And I never thought I'd leave behind my childhood dreams, but I don't mind. I'm who I am and where I want to be. No change of heart, a change in me.
I love making costumes. I love dressing up and being in costume. And I love celebrating other people's work and successes. Prior to doing content full-time, I worked as a scientist and a teacher. I've taught at the college and high school level, and while generally I'm very happy to no longer be working as a teacher, there are definitely aspects I miss. I think that's one reason I really celebrate opportunities where I'm able to teach and help people at events. And I love judging cosplay contests. I mean, I literally took master's level courses on fair assessment strategies. Look, Mom, I am using my degrees, at least a little bit. Getting some coffee before the event. Oh my gosh, look at this collection of magic characters we have. It's amazing. I just got called an alien. Merfolk, you're a merfolk. The first of the 2 events during my 2-week trip was CommandFest Tacoma. For CommandFest, I wore a casual Nissa cosplay Friday, which was super fun. I threw together this look on a whim, and it was comfortable to play magic in. And as I do more and more lifestyle and gaming content alongside my cosplay content, I'm often recognized more when I look more like myself, which is something I'm still getting used to. Saturday, I was the Nuka-Cola girl from Fallout. I personally love making cosplays from Universes Beyond Magic sets because they're super versatile, and Magic keeps picking IPs that I love, so it's perfect. We're getting ready to head to the convention center. Look at this elevator. It like fits my whole costume. The tricky thing about having a backpack as part of your costume is what do you do with the other backpack? Just like awkwardly hold it? Yeah. This costume was a blast to make, and I built the whole costume in a few days. I had a ton of fun playing in the Creator Chaos Draft Friday and Saturday. This is seriously one of my favorite events at a convention, and I'm so glad the Laughing Dragon is bringing it back for CommandFest LA. So if you're gonna be there, come find me and let's play Magic. On Sunday, Giraffinat, Zabricus, Airbubbles Cosplay, and I all dressed up as E-Girl or Chibi Planeswalkers, inspired by the Chibi Planeswalker secret lair. I went as E-Girl Elspeth, and many people thought I looked like Sailor Moon. I absolutely loved Sailor Moon growing up, so maybe I need to add her to my cosplay list. Throughout every Magic event, I find myself saying things like, yes, I'd love to catch a game, or I'll be free Sunday for games. And I always try to fulfill any promised game, so I ended up playing 6 games of Commander in a row on Sunday. I brought 2 Commander decks with me, so I alternated playing my Edgar Markov and Ginny Fey deck, and I played so many fun games. Thank you to everyone who approached me for a game or was patient throughout the weekend. I don't always get to play a lot of Magic at conventions, so this was a rare and fun treat. I mean, contrast that with the very next weekend when I was at Magicon Amsterdam, and I literally played no Magic. 0 games of Magic. It was a fantastic weekend too, just a very different weekend. So let's fly to Amsterdam. It was a 10-hour flight to Amsterdam, and I really should have spent at least some of that time sleeping. But I didn't. I ended up reading the entire flight. I started the Throne of Glass series on the flight to Seattle from Colorado, and by the end of the flight to Amsterdam, I was on the 4th book. My friend Mary got me a Kindle for my birthday, and it has been magical. I'm literally obsessed. I have so many books on this tiny device that I can fit in my purse. I feel so powerful. But with great power comes great responsibility.
So tired, but so excited to be in Amsterdam. We're starting this adventure and it's gonna be so much fun.
Day 1 in Amsterdam, I got to explore the Rijksmuseum with friends. After the museum, we went to a super late lunch at a cute pizza place, and my lack of sleep was really starting to catch up to me. See, this is the responsibility part. I almost fell asleep on my pizza. I went back to the hotel and I swore that I would only take a 30-minute power nap. There was no way I wanted to mess up my sleep schedule by sleeping all day and staying up all night. But I ended up sleeping for 7 hours, getting up for a late dinner and regretting my choices. Luckily, I must have been so sleep deprived that I ended up being able to get back to sleep and I slept the whole night. So it all worked out in the end, kind of. Thursday before the convention, we visited a local game store, set up the booth, and I got dinner with a bunch of awesome folks. And then the convention started. This was honestly one of my favorite conventions I've ever attended. Everyone was so kind. I don't think I'll ever get used to people recognizing me. And so thank you to everyone who came and found me throughout the convention and at the Laughing Dragon booth and told me that you like my content and my videos. It literally made my weekend. Friday night was the emo dance party. Something you might not know about me is that I definitely had an emo face. This is probably the one point I'm lucky that videos of me singing along to almost all of the music at the after party didn't get recorded. You never know how a convention after party is gonna go, but Wizards of the Coast absolutely nailed it with this one. I had a fantastic time. Should I have stayed up that late with an early morning the next morning? I mean, I already broke all of the traveling sleeping rules, and so it's too late now. We're just not sleeping, we're just going. So let's go. Saturday morning, I went to prejudging for the cosplay contest, and I felt almost as nervous as I have when I've competed. Each person who entered the contest poured time, money, energy, and love into their costume. And it's a huge responsibility to be trusted to judge these costumes. I remember when I first taught a chemistry lab. There was a student who dropped their experiment on the way from their lab table to the fume hood. It felt like time stopped, and my first reaction was to look for the adult in the room, until I remembered I was the adult in the room. That student was looking to me to to handle the situation, and the chemicals all over the floor, they were my responsibility. Becoming an expert in something isn't a linear path. And honestly, I feel like the more I learn about a particular field, often the less I feel confident saying I know. I've been cosplaying for years, and yet it's difficult sometimes for me to feel like I'm an expert. There's always more to learn, skills that can be improved, and ways to grow. However, I am so proud of how much I've grown in my cosplay skills so far, and I'm so honored to be a mentor in the cosplay space. I am both an incredibly anxious person and a very competitive person, which is why I initially hesitated to compete in a cosplay contest. I didn't want to turn something I loved and that brought me so much joy into a situation where I could lose or fail. I already defended my thesis. Why would I voluntarily choose to submit another project I spent hundreds of hours on before a panel of experts? However, as events started asking me to judge cosplay contests, I knew that I not only needed to enter a cosplay contest, I needed to win an award at a cosplay contest, so that I knew how it felt to showcase an art piece that I poured my heart into at a competition. And I was surprised by how fulfilling it was to compete in a cosplay contest, even if I didn't win. It's scary showing a cosplay to a panel of judges. It's scary walking on stage in a costume you've built in front of an audience. But it's also so rewarding, showing off something you've made and worked hard on. It's exciting, waiting backstage to have your moment in the spotlight. I met so many amazing and talented creators through competing in the 2 cosplay contests I entered, and I am so proud of winning the Best in Masters Award at MagicCon Minneapolis. I'm so impressed with everyone who not only makes a costume, but also chooses to enter and compete in a cosplay contest. That takes more than just talent and dedication, which is already crazy. But it also takes a lot of bravery and courage. Every single entry into the cosplay contest was incredible. I feel so honored that I got to see up close and hear about everyone's process for making their cosplays. The level of talent in this cosplay contest was astounding. Truly, every cosplay was fantastic.
Amazing cosplays in store for you. I'm so excited, and to help me out, please welcome to the stage my co-host Margaret. Hello. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I am so excited for this show.
You should definitely make time to watch the entire show. Every entry in this cosplay contest was incredible. I'll link it in the description. I feel so honored to get to co-host this competition, and who would I be if I didn't put together a sizzle reel of all the cosplays?
Before they go off stage, I want one more huge roaring applause for every single cosplayer we have on stage today. They are incredible. Let's hear it for all of our cosplayers.
They all deserve it. I also want you to give a big round of applause for our judges here, Anna, Lauren, and Vic. They made a very tough decision.
Congratulations again to our 4 winners and every cosplayer in this contest. Thank you for trusting me and the other judges to see and celebrate your work with you.
The cosplay contest went so well. I'm so tired, but feeling so happy.
When I got off the main stage, I started getting messages about my card and how awesome it was. At first, I was super confused. What do people mean by my card? That's when I discovered that Gavin had designed one of his playtest cards for his Unknown event around me. I played in Gavin's Unknown event at MagicCon Chicago, and it was seriously the coolest event. There are playtest cards made especially for that event, and everyone drafts a Chaos Commander deck that includes some of these exclusive cards. Some of the playtest cards were designed around content creators. In Chicago, I built my Chaos Commander deck around a card inspired by Brian Kibler. So people playing in the 2 unknown events in Amsterdam may have encountered the card, The Marvelous Scientist, that was themed around me. The card is my favorite color identity in Magic, Is It, or blue and red, and it says, as this creature enters the battlefield, choose cosplay or science. I almost started crying when I asked Gavin about it at dinner. He confirmed it was inspired by me, and I feel so touched. I definitely plan to build a commander deck around myself, so let me know what cards you think I should add and what ideas you have. I'm going to try to build it before my next convention. Also, thank you to the people that gave me a copy of my card. I'm so excited. On Sunday, I had a meet and greet in the creator area, and oh my goodness, numbers on social media can seem almost fake, and I think people can become desensitized. Numbers feel so much bigger in person, and I almost cried again when I ran to the meet and greet area twice. The first time because I was running late, the second time because I forgot my stamp at the Laughing Dragon booth, and so I had to run back, get it, and then run back to the meet and greet area. And I almost cried because I saw that there were people literally waiting to meet me and my meet and greet buddy, Adam the Gathering. P.S. Adam is who designed the awesome music riff you may have noticed at the start of my YouTube videos. I'm obsessed. Follow him everywhere. I have him linked in the description. Truly, thank you to everyone who spent some of their Sunday coming to meet me. I'm so blown away and so humbled by your support, and I'm so thankful for my community. So thank you. I had one more day in Amsterdam before heading back to the States, which I packed with 2 art museums. And I took a riverboat tour.
Pizza cruise takes another victim. Yeah, exactly. That's how cool the pizza cruise could have been.
We missed the view.
Better than that view.
We missed the view.
Can you imagine?
I also got to try fries in a cone.
Oh, I'm already recording.
You got all the outtakes.
Amsterdam is such an awesome place, and I truly wish I had more time to explore, and I desperately want to come back. In one of the museums, I got to experience the Ana Lupa's exhibition on this side of the river, which included some of her textile work. I found myself looking at the stitches and reading the signs with the meanings and messages she wished to evoke through her artwork. And I couldn't stop thinking about the cosplays and costume pieces I got to examine at MagicCon Amsterdam. I think cosplay is one of my favorite types of art. These 2 weeks were an awesome whirlwind, and while I'm definitely ready to rest, I'm also so excited for my next adventure and the next steps in my cosplay journey, whatever they may be.